All right, welcome back to another episode of Basement Birds. And did I catch you off guard there? I was trying to.
You just had an awkward pause where you just stared at me through the camera, and I was a
Well,
little thrown off by it, I must say.
I was trying to stare into your soul, but
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the same for you, but you're super, like, pixelated and,
Yeah.
like, not high quality
Yeah,
during the recording.
It drops the preview, so it can preview.
Very clearly.
But yeah, you're like super fuzzy. That's why, like in past episodes, when you tried to show me book covers and stuff, like Lord Hornblower's cover last week, I could not see like the cover clearly. That's why I asked you to describe it.
Yes.
Oh,
well,
speaking of
hopefully...
which, I just remembered I have another silly title takedown update to share.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and this comes once again from my brother, and it is once again pertaining to the book.
No. No. Oh, wait. It's the cheese book?
It's about the cheese book again, yeah.
Okay.
For those of you that don't remember or didn't hear last week's episode, I shared a story about how I was talking to my brother who listened to the episode where we talked about that book, and he said, I think we have a copy at home. And sure enough, I don't know, at the time of recording, I don't think we've posted the photo yet. We need to. But my parents have a copy at home that my brother got in college. And, this was yesterday around 3:30. I get this photo from my brother of him holding another copy of Who Moved My Cheese.
We're posting both photos.
And I go, where did you find that? And he goes, The Office.
Stop.
He goes, this book is everywhere. And then he goes, this is great. He goes, I haven't found Lord Buglehorn or whatever that book was.
Oh,
and I go,
my gosh.
Hornblower. And he said, what a name.
Lord Hornblower, dude, for the win. That's
so. Who Moved My Cheese is everywhere. You know, maybe if you have a Who Moved My Cheese story, please do tell, because that book is haunting us, it seems.
Hashtag Who Moved My Cheese, babe. Come on now.
Hashtag Who Moved My Cheese.
Well, I think with that, I think we should just jump right into a silly title takedown and go out of order here a little bit.
I know that our order wasn't to do this, but I literally remembered that story right as we started recording, and I had to tell because it was too good.
That is great.
I have to share this. So,
well, I've got another book for silly title takedown.
Okay, I'm here for it.
And this one's a little different.
Okay,
we are not going to discuss this one in detail, but I just wanted to share the name, and I think hopefully you'll be able to figure out what it is about.
Okay,
so this one is called Hold on. What's the Matter with Kansas?
Okay.
What's the Matter with Kansas? And here is the cover of the book.
What is that? There's an
elephant standing on a donkey.
How something won the heart of America? How conservatives won the heart of America?
Maybe. Yes, that may or may not give away what the book is about. But that is what it says on the cover, yes.
Okay.
So read, what's the matter with Kansas?
I mean, it has to be something political and how conservatives took over Kansas.
I'm going to go with yes.
Have you read this book?
No. As we've previously established, I don't read any books ever.
Well, Logan's actually illiterate, so he can't read.
As you could tell, when I was just trying to read the title, I was struggling with that.
Yeah,
but this is a New York Times bestseller.
Okay.
And it is hailed as dazzlingly insightful by the Chicago Tribune. So,
interesting.
Very funny and very painful. This was by the San Francisco Chronicle, and the best political book of the year. That was the New York Times.
Sure.
Said that. So, let's get. I know you're looking at the summary now because I heard you typing on your very loud keyboard.
I'm on Wikipedia.
Totally defeating the purpose of this segment. But
no, I already guessed. So,
What's the Matter with Kansas unravels the great political mystery of our day. Why do so many Americans vote against their economic and social interests? With his acclaimed wit and acuity, Thomas Frank answers the riddle by examining his home state, Kansas, a place once famous for its radicalism and now ranks among the nation's most anti-liberal, and reveals how conservatism formerly a marker of class privilege, became the creed of millions of ordinary Americans. So, essentially, I think this book is actually a little less political than I had originally anticipated, but it to me seems like this author is examining why people vote certain ways, even if it may go against where they are at in life and their social and economic status, just like I just read. So this one might be actually kind of interesting.
No, that actually seems very interesting because I feel like, today there's a lot of I don't know if false hope is the right word, but there's that false belief, kind of chasing that American dream concept that a lot of people still have. Where, if you, pull up your bootstraps, you can, make a lot of money and stuff. And I think there's large groups of people that believe that the American dream is dead and doesn't exist anymore, and that working your way up the ladder and such, is a foreign concept and anything like that. But there's also a large conglomerate that, still believes that to be true. And I feel I don't know if it's just recency bias, but that's a shift we've seen, in maybe the last couple of decades. But I don't know. I feel that could be something that the book's about. It could be somewhat interesting, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get political here, but I feel we always think grass is always greener on the other side. I think is essentially what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So Frank Thomas does an excellent job in this book. New York Times bestseller. You can see it right on the top of this book right here.
So, also, his name is Thomas Frank, not Frank Thomas.
Well, Frank Thomas, I think, is a different person.
Frank Thomas.
That name sounds familiar, but Thomas
he was a
Frank,
baseball player.
Yeah, Frank. You've never heard Frank Thomas? You're a
I have
baseball
heard of Frank
boy?
Thomas.
Okay, well,
he played for the White Sox.
Yes. What's the matter with Kansas?
Written
Today,
by
a silly
Frank
title
Thomas, the baseball player.
Silly title takedown episode or installment number 3.
Yeah, this is number 3. Yeah.
I'm feeling like we're rapidly declining. I do have a good one for next week, though.
Oh, there's got to be so much.
However, I don't have the physical copy of the book. I was at a store.
Okay.
And I saw this book, and I took a photo of it because I was like, this is perfect for silly title takedown. So I've got a great humdinger of a book, and I know I say humdinger a lot, but
you really
humdinger
do.
of a book for next week.
I have some books here that could possibly work for it. Maybe one that could work. Yeah, possibly.
You just have a book?
Yeah, well, I have multiple books. I have multiple books, but I think there is at least one book that could work good for not so much a silly title, but just an interesting title and an interesting book.
Is it a book on how to make butter?
No, it is not. I don't really need to read a book on how to make butter.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why would I have a book on how to make butter?
Well, because all Wisconsinites have. They're born with a butter churning book in their hand. So.
No, that's fair. I mean, what's off camera behind me is my butter churner in the corner, right back here.
Yes, I see. Yes.
It's
see.
It's actually the other corner. It's over here. It's just out of frame, I think. I really can't tell because I don't have me full screen and the buttons aren't working to make me full screen. There we go. It's just here's my kitchen. Just in the kitchen is the butter churner. So, we got that covered.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah,
obviously.
Of course, because why would I not?
And you also, that bicycle that's behind you, I know it's also powers your blender. So you're one
I
of
can
those.
actually hook it up to the butter churner as well.
Oh.
So it's great. If I have a shortage of butter, if I have a shortage of butter, I can just hook it up to the bike, and as I ride, it churns butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can do a lot with that thing. I can power that. The blender, like you said, that kind of works. The air fryer, I really work for my dinner.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's good to have some variety and some options when cooking food.
Yeah.
Did you go out to eat a lot when you were younger? Just
we
out of nowhere question?
We did not really. No, that's a fair question. I actually learned
if you're churning your own butter.
Yeah, I learned to harness my my cycling/kitchen abilities due to our lack of eating out growing up. So what we would do every night is to make dinner is that my whole family would get on our bikes in the garage and we would power the kitchen for my mom to make dinner.
See.
So
Yes.
while we slaved away in the garage biking to power the stove, my mom was in there making dinner, and then we'd all come in and eat. So it was perfectly normal.
I see. I see.
But no, we did not go out that much. There was a local burger place that was within walking distance to our house, maybe like a 10, 15-minute walk that we'd walk to for burgers and ice cream and stuff. But that was, that was about it. Like outside of like birthday dinners and stuff like that, we didn't go out to eat that much. My mom was always cooking.
Yeah, see, I was about the exact opposite of that.
Sure.
I'm not even sure if the oven worked in my house.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I'm kidding. We cooked at home sometimes, but we ended up going out to eat a lot.
For context of how much we didn't go out to eat, I don't think I had my first Big Mac until I moved out here.
Out where? Out to Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Stop, dude. Stop it right now.
Because I tried one because we have
the most un-American thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
We have a promotion for the team that if a certain guy in the opposing lineup strikes out, you get a discount for a free Big Mac. So I use that to try my first Big Mac, and I gotta say they're okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very un-American. Well,
I also had Arby's for the first time when I moved out here. I can blow your mind with my fast food facts, Logan.
I think we'll just have to. That'll be a segment for next week. Is all the places Reid has not tried yet.
Next week, make up a list of as many fast food restaurants as you want, and we will either talk about my first time eating there or the fact that I have not eaten there.
I think we should each make a list of every single restaurant we've been to, or at least attempt.
How am I going to think of all of those?
Well, I mean, for you, obviously, it can't be that many.
You're talking
if you're just
like
going
strictly fast food.
Yeah, strictly fast
not
food.
like one-off, like mom and pops, or like local places.
No, none of that. No one cares about that.
Okay, yeah, I think I could do that. I think I could do that.
The whole point for me asking that question was I was listening to the radio the other day, and I was listening to a song called Kryptonite. I believe it's by Three Doors Down.
3 Doors Down, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Great
Three
song.
Doors Down. And that prompted me to remember when McDonald's used to give away CDs in their Happy Meals, right? They would give away CDs, and they were like Kids Bop CDs. So they had the kids version of Kryptonite, and it was my brother's favorite song. Well, yeah, it was the kid version, right? And so we would play it over and over and over in the car.
When did Kryptonite come out?
And that prompted me to think about some of the quality toys that came in McDonald's Happy Meals throughout the years. And so I went ahead and found a list. First of all, I found a list of all of the McDonald's toys ever made, ever.
Wow.
Fun fact. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But I also found a list of the 15 greatest Happy Meal toys from McDonald's. So, as a little bonus question, what was the first Happy Meal toy ever given out in a McDonald's Happy Meal? You want to take a guess at that?
Can I get a year that it was given out?
1979. There was 2 toys given out in 1979.
1979.
Oh wow! The second and third one. I'll say this: the second and third one both were from were Star Trek themed. They were
The
Star
first
Trek
one was
the motion
not, though?
picture.
Was the first one
the first
themed
one
at
was
all?
not. I mean, yes, it was themed. Ish.
Was it Ronald McDonald related? I don't know when Ronald McDonald became a thing. How old is Ronald McDonald?
I don't know. I'm just looking at Happy Meal toys here, guy.
Well, let me see when Ron came out. Okay, so Ron's been out since '63. Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna go with like some sort of like small little car.
It's close. You're darn close.
Okay.
This
can
was.
I put another guess in?
No, that's not how this works. You don't get unlimited guesses.
I thought I had a good one.
Okay, what is it?
What about a miniature mail truck?
That is so bad. That is such a bad guess.
I had one of those growing up.
How did you? What?
Yeah, it was a little like model mail truck. I got it from the post office one day.
You have a very different childhood than I had, my friend.
Yeah. No, I just found the I found the exact
I don't think
one
I ever had a small mail truck.
Yeah, no, the doors opened. It was great.
Did it come with little mail inside?
Unfortunately, not yet to supply it.
That'd be a choking hazard anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the first Happy Meal toy, according to this list, is a circus train. That was given out in June and July.
Okay, so I was pretty close with the car.
You were pretty close with the car. That's what I said.
I stray a little bit further with the mail truck, though.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna do top 10 McDonald's Happy Meal toys of all time. Top 10. You ready for this? We're gonna fly through this list.
Can I just interject something real quick?
No.
My mail truck thing led me to the USPS's postal store where you can buy gifts related to the postal service.
United States Postal Service. Yes.
And they have a plush like mailbox thing, like those blue ones that you can drop mail off.
Do those still exist?
Yeah, they're outside like some post offices. And this thing's name is Farley. And he's named after... Oh, shoot, I just saw this. He's named after James A. Farley, it looks like.
Okay, Reid. Who is James A. Farley?
James Farley was the nation's 53rd Postmaster General.
And why... What? Why should I care about James Farley?
I don't know. I thought it was
the fact that
it was cool that you could buy a plush mailbox named after him.
I think if I had a plush mailbox, I'd throw it at your head.
It's 10 inches tall.
What are you talking about? It's how tall?
10 inches.
If it was life size, I could get behind that.
No,
but,
unfortunately, it is not. No, that
would be.
That is a quite.
Then
bummer.
you could like take a nap. You could lay it down. It could be like one of those beanbag chairs.
It could be like
and then you could climb inside.
Oh my gosh!
What if you could sit inside? This is a great idea. United States Postal Service. If you're watching,
you could lay inside. It's like, oh my gosh! It's
send
like
us.
It's like a sleeping bag, but it's a mailbox.
A what?
A sleeping bag.
A what?
A sleeping bag.
A sleeping bag? Yes.
Bag?
Yes, a sleeping bag.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Oh my gosh!
I also just found they make a toddler post office mailbox costume.
Oh.
Which is like a miniature version of our sleeping apparatus idea.
Did you know? I saw something else interesting recently on TikTok. I guess we're getting a little off track before we see
a little. We're talking about the
we
post
might have to
office
push the McDonald's thing until next week. But did you know that up until recently, not recently, I guess this was a while ago. But I'm trying to find when the date was when they stopped doing this. But for a while, like when the USPS was first around, you could send children through the mail.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Actual children, yeah.
That's terrifying.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that I can't imagine. Like there on History.com, there's a story about a couple in 1913.
Yeah,
there was when their new, very special delivery, their infant son. They paid 15 cents for his stamps and an unknown amount to insure him. Then handed him over to the mailman, who dropped the boy off at his grandmother's house about a mile away.
Jeez, that's messed up.
It's not that far. I mean, at least I was concerned that they were going to like put him inside a box or something, but I think they were actually pretty well taken care of. And from what I saw, they would send him on a train, and there would be a guy on the train whose entire purpose was just to entertain the kids while they were on the mail train.
Oh, interesting.
And I mean, I'm just shocked that that can happen. I mean, I see the quality of certain mail nowadays. I mean, I order like a cardboard box. It comes with a big old chunk missing out of it. I mean,
yeah,
I would hope that way back then the children would be a little bit more well taken care of.
Sure,
than,
yeah.
You know,
I'm really going
cardboard
down a
boxes of today.
I'm really going down a rabbit hole of weird stuff you can buy that's related to the government. That sounded weird. Did you know that you can buy uncut money from the United States Mint?
Yes.
That's wild.
You can also buy shredded money from the United States Mint.
This
is
really
used to be
cool.
money that they shred. Yeah.
You can buy a sheet of 32 uncut $2 bills. Have you ever seen a $2 bill in person?
I have a bunch of them.
Oh, I have 2 of them back home as well.
Oh, I have a whole... My grandparents used to give me that every holiday, so I have probably...
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I have a whole envelope full of $2 bills.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I've never actually tried to spend a $2 bill.
I haven't
saw
either.
Recently,
I've told myself I won't spend them.
No, well, I'd be interesting to try and spend it. Like you roll into like a gas station and try and buy a candy bar with a $2 bill.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you see that not recently, I guess a couple years ago, Steve Wozniak. Do you know Steve Wozniak?
Yeah, co-founder of Apple.
The Woz, the great and powerful Woz. Well, he was on
Woz, the great and power. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Steve-O's podcast. You know, Steve-O from Steve-O.
Yes.
And so they were talking about how he
Thank you for the censoring on
Steve-O. Yeah, but no, so he was telling Steve-O that apparently wherever he's at, I think he's in California because that's where the headquarters of Apple is, he can like legally print his own $2 bills.
What?
So there's like some law or way where he can legally like buy the paper and legally print his own $2 bills. I believe he actually gave Steve-O a sheet of $2 bills that he had printed that are legal tender. And he, like, I guess, talked to the Secret Service about this. Because the Secret Service, for some reason, are the people that enforce all the money laws. Did you know that? That's another fun fact there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Oh, this is saying that he has a machine that can take the uncut sheets and basically essentially cut them into usable bills. Like he perforates them, and I know it's not as exciting as actually printing them, but sorry to burst your bubble.
Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I guess maybe I should have done a little bit more research on that.
No, the person on Reddit did say that this was that they also thought that he was printing his own money and was confused about that, but he is not printing his own money. So you are not the only one to be mistaken.
Glad we could clear that up. So
yeah,
I guess we'll push McDonald's to next week. So if you're interested in the top
sidetracked, but
top 10 Happy Meal toys, we'll talk about that on the next week episode of
good.
Basement Birds.
We can talk about that, and then we can talk about the restaurants that we've been to. That'll be a nice episode.
This is true.
It'll be all about fast food.
All about food.
Yeah,
all about food next week.
Maybe what if next week we bring our favorite meal from our favorite restaurant and have it and share it with each other?
We already tried eating and recording at one time.
Because I didn't get the pizza.
Well, I don't want to watch you eat. Who wants to do that?
Well, I don't know.
Nobody wants to watch you eat.
All right.
Okay?
Anyway,
I've seen you eat before.
Let's go to weird news. Okay. that was weird.
That was a little strange. Okay, you're up first.
I'll lead off this week. Yeah.
All right.
So my story. This is something I saw on TikTok. Title of this: Man ordered to hide his boat has vessel painted on new fence.
Oh yes, I saw that on TikTok as well.
So you've probably seen this. So this guy, he lives in California. He was ordered by a city to conceal the boat parked in his driveway with a fence. So they said that he normally parked his boat in his driveway for about 4 years until he received a letter from the city informing him that a municipal code needs boats and trailers to be screened on the side and front by a 6-foot-high fence. So he said that he was initially kind of mad about this, but then he spoke to his neighbor, who happened to be a mural artist, and they arrived at a creative solution. So he had this fence installed to block his driveway, and this artist painted a photorealistic image of the boat and the rest of the driveway on the road-facing side. So while the boat is technically concealed, it looks like it's still in the driveway. So he said that they kind of hit the sweet spot between following the rules and making an elegant statement to the contrary, which I love, and kind of creates this illusion that, the boat is still there.
Yeah.
And this is funny too, because their city manager that he lives in called this guy to compliment him on the creative solution. And he said, "Wow,
awesome.
that's pretty creative." I laughed at it, and then I started getting calls from local media about it. They've painted this boat.
Dude, cities have weird rules like that.
They do. This is very close to the HOA stuff that you see.
Yeah.
But this kind of reminded me though. I don't know how often you frequent Reddit. But there's a subreddit that is r/malicious compliance, which is right up this guy's alley, where it's people, complying with the rules, but having a little bit of fun, or, having a little bit of, poking kind of fun at the rule while they, it's people conforming to whatever requests they have, but not quite doing it in the way that the person who sent the request was expecting.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to check that out, because I found that pretty funny with the boat guy.
Yeah.
But like I said, sometimes they're really strict about it. Like we have my parents, we have a boat, and there's some rule where you can only have the boat in front of your house for 72 hours or something, or you can get
That's
a ticket.
weird.
Yeah, so we would have the boat, and for some reason in our subdivision, I don't know if someone called or if the cops were just always rolling through, but you couldn't get away with anything. I mean, you couldn't park on the sidewalk. I had people come over to my house, leave the car running, parked on the sidewalk. They'd come back out. They'd have a ticket on their car.
Oh, my gosh.
And so we literally would have the boat in the driveway, and it wasn't affecting anybody. It wasn't blocking anything, and we'd get, the cops would come over and, you got to move the boat. It's been 72 hours, or we're giving you a ticket.
Oh,
we're
my gosh.
Really?
Well, I just found, just quickly, this Reddit thread again about members of HOAs. What's the most ridiculous rule you have to follow? Okay, someone said that in their neighborhood, they're not allowed to have blue trampoline covers. They must be green or black. This person says that they live in a neighborhood that you cannot share towels at the swimming pool, even if they're with family. You have to bring your own. It's a $25 fine.
What?
Yeah.
That's such a weird rule. What? How does that even? What does it even do?
This person says trash day is Thursday morning. Trash cans cannot go out on the curb until Thursday. So 11:59 Wednesday night, $25 fine. 12:01 Thursday morning is fine. Let's see. Company cannot serve for more than 2 consecutive nights unless you inform the HOA in handwriting.
Wait, you can't what?
Company cannot stay over 2 consecutive nights unless you inform them in writing.
Oh.
But they're generous on holidays in case family is visiting. It's 3 nights. Let's see what else they have.
So stupid. Those HOA rules and regulations are so silly.
Absolutely.
Silly goose.
Yeah, someone got a fine for leaving their garage door open to unload their groceries.
Yeah, I'm glad that I don't have an HOA.
I don't know if I could ever live
it's a free for all in our subdivision. There's no garages are left open. There's boats on people's driveways.
Is a foot high. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but
not quite.
I mean, you need your safari hat outside.
Yeah, that could be kind of fun.
That Homer Simpson with the
coming through the bush. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me quickly go through mine. We talk a lot on this show about interesting world records.
That's been a sticking point from Odd News, that's for sure.
Well, we got another one here by our serial record breaker, David Rush.
Uh-oh.
He actually recaptured one of the world records that he lost. Now, get this. He inserted 243 thumbtacks into a corkboard in 1 minute. And that is a world record, my friends. First of all, I don't know. You could see behind me. We have this picture board that would be perfect for attempting to break a record.
Sure.
100. I don't know what the rules and regulations are, but I feel like this is 100% doable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they have to be pushed in one at a time or if I can just go handfuls at a time.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm going to go full on Wolverine, like handfuls, sticking into the various, like that. That's how I'm going to stick them in. And then. I mean, I could break that world record. We should do an attempt live on the podcast.
That could be good. Yeah.
I'll clear
I
off
could do the
section.
peanut butter eating one, and you could do that one.
What is with you and peanut butter, man? You got
Peanut butter's good, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got that 4-pound jar that you ate in a week, and I just feel
I still
like
have it left.
No. You told me off air that you had finished it, so I don't appreciate you lying to the masses.
Well, sometimes
but I feel like
the reason I like the 4 pounds is sometimes you remember that Vine that had the baby sitting on the counter covered in peanut butter. No, you don't know that one.
I didn't go on Vine, dude.
Stand by. I need to show this to you.
No.
Yep.
I mean,
you get to see it.
Your body is made out of half peanut butter. I mean, you're basically a gelatinous blob, half peanut butter, quarter water, and then the rest is bones.
It's this one.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes when I'm bored, I like to recreate that just with myself sitting on my kitchen table.
I feel like that's not just sometimes. I feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's actually...
I've called you a few times, and you've had peanut butter down your nose.
Yeah.
And I just don't ask questions.
We actually got to wrap this up because I got to get ready for my 9 o'clock peanut buttering.
I mean, pretty soon, you'll be able to start growing peanuts out of your ears, and then you can make your own peanut. You got to learn how to make your own peanut butter.
Who's saying that I can't already do that?
Fair enough. That'd be fun. That would be so funny if you just had a peanut in there.
Oh gosh.
Dude. Oh my gosh! No, you're not allowed to have peanut butter anymore, man.
Oh, man.
That's really
well. Then I might as well, not eat it all. I'm going on a fast until I can eat peanut butter.
Remind me again. Is it smooth or is it chunky peanut butter?
Not chunky.
No,
not chunky.
No.
Nope, not chunky.
I'm a big fan of the Reese's.
I
peanut
bet
butter.
you like your milk with some kernels in it too. You
My
sicko.
what?
Your milk with stop with some when it gets bad and it gets chunky.
Wait a second. No. So one time, this is a true story. One time I was
drink chunky milk.
Well, I'm a big milk and spaghetti person. I just every time I eat spaghetti, I got to have a big old tall glass of milk.
Okay, I was really thinking that you were going to say that you put the milk in the spaghetti, and I was going to be really concerned for your safety.
No, then I'd be crazy. Then you'd have to consult someone. But actually, you don't have to because my mother had me tested. But anyway, I'm having a big old glass of not a glass of spaghetti, a glass of milk with my spaghetti.
Glass of spaghetti and a plate of milk.
Yeah, and let's just say I had a taste of the chunky milk, and it was just about as awful as you. I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick just thinking about it right now.
I got something I could say that I know is going to fire you up. Okay, I haven't. I haven't drank dairy milk since sophomore year of high school because I'm lactose intolerant.
You are such a string bean, dude. You're full of peanut butter. You're basically a pea pod. What is going on?
It's peanut butter, and I drink almond milk.
Of course you do. I mean, I'm surprised you don't have almond butter. You could have. I mean,
I've tried it. You could say that my diet revolves around nuts.
Well, I mean, peanut butter, yeah. Almond milk.
You can take that out of context as much as you want.
Okay. You just go eat your peanut butter.
I will.
We're over time.
I will love my peanut butter.
We should work on Basement Bird branded peanut butter.
That would be sick. Yeah.
Coming in 10 years when we're successful and millionaires.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was very off the rails. As per usual. But, shocker. Shocker. Well, we're just about out of time. And if you want to hear more and would love to see our beautiful faces on social media, almost on a bi-weekly basis. You can follow us on all sorts of social media platforms, which Reid will tell you about right now.
Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Basement Birds. Check it out. We got some clips. We got some longer form clips that Logan's been working on, which are great, along with full episodes. So,
welcome to the bird cage, ladies and gentlemen.
No, all right. The flock.
The flock.
The audience is the flock.
This is the bird. Well, I guess it's the basement of birds that the flock flocks to.
Yeah, the flock don't need no cage. It has the basement. Okay, that's how we end it.
Catch you in the next one.
See ya.